Starting with clean skin, I'm going in with the Cryolin Shield Barrier Foam. That's to protect our skin with removing and adding prosthetics. So I'm using this silicone prosthetic and I'm positioning it and putting talcum powder around the edge to see where I need to use the adhesive up to. So this was just a generic one I've made on a head that I had. It wasn't made for my niece Danielle. So you can see where the residue of the powder is and where I need to go in with the prosaide. So just using prosaide and a cotton bud. It's just nice and easy. It's a small area. And I could get to the edges where I need to and around the eyes. And just like normal, I'm putting it on the skin and also on the prosthetic. And when they're both dry and tacky, I'll press them in together. So it's quite an easy piece. It's a flat mould item. So yeah, it's just easy to position and place. It's just around the eyes is where it's the most tricky. And this is quite large, so it does go up into a hairline and probably a little bit too much around the eye area. So I spent a bit of a while fiddling around the eye area and I need to go in and add some glue. So this is not an encapsulated piece, so I can't blend any edges away. So I'm going around the edge with some more prosaide. Some areas were brilliant and really was seamless, and some areas needed a little bit more of attention. So around the eyes, I manipulated it and I start to use the brush that I'm using plus the spatula and really just trying to make sure it's pressed in place and really stuck down. Because obviously it is quite a scary area to deal with. You are near someone's eye, so I have to tell her to close her eyes a lot. And I have to just really work it in. It does get a lot of attention to be able to get right with this piece being a bit big. So there again, just give it a bit more attention using little bits of cotton bud or the spatula or the brush. Going back and forth, layering up the prosaide, making sure it's all nice and stuck. So when it is and it's all dry, I go over with talcum powder to remove the stickiness. And then a wet sponge as well, just to then remove the talc. So silicone can be beautiful. The edges can be really seamless in places. So then for painting, it is for video purposes, not filming, not photographs, although I took photographs of it. So I just used a grease paint from Cryolin, and it's the white one, but then I mixed a bit of a black in just to get an off-cast grey, off-white colour. And I didn't mind if this was patchy because we are inspired by the ring for this look. And if you know the ring, she does look all ghastly and ghouly and not neat and not perfect at all. This look also was looking quite vampire-ish. The prosthetic I made originally years ago was for a vampire. But I find it does work for this look as well. So yeah, once that's all done, and then I go in the eyes with the black cream, using a blending brush. And I'm not trying to be neat with this either. I'm just trying to darken the eyes quite randomly. And then I'm going in with talcum powder to set this cream product. This cream product really does need setting, unless you want a wet look. But to layer up on top, I needed to do this step. And going over the lips just with the black cream and the brush, and then in it is. I'm not being too neat with this. It was for video purposes, like I said. So I didn't want to go right in our ears and stuff. It weren't like we're filming and everything needed to be perfect. And then using mist air in an airbrush and making those areas darker around the hairline, bringing the details of the prosthetic out, adding veining and darkness, random textures, just going around contour areas. There was just like cracks in the prosthetics. I was just like bringing out and stuff, bringing out the cheekbones, just bringing out where natural creases of the face would be. Bringing it down the neck just to make sure it's going with the face. Kind of being random. Then I've just used a brush as well to go in a bit more details where the airbrush can't quite reach into some of the creases and cracks. She looks really angry and moody now. Just pressing in if it's too much colour. Going in the eye with the eyeliner. Didn't want too much skin look in there. Ideally, you could put some contact lenses with this, but when I looked on Google, the ring girl had, on the pictures, looked like she had similar eyes as Danielle had, so I decided to just not put any in. So I put some Blue Mouth FX in, and I thought it was a bit too blue, so later on I had a bit of brown as well, because I've lost my black one. I would have just done black. So the blue and brown mixed together do make a really nice colour though. And I'm going in a hairline with some black, because Samara from the ring usually has black hair. But I didn't want to just do it all over Danielle's hair, so I just did the roots to blend in with the head contour, and then I've added some wet water and some slime just to make it look greasy and horrible and wet, because obviously she does come out of a well. So around the eyes, Danielle had a bit of a watery eye issue going on, so I just fixed around the eyes, and the best way to fix it was with eyeshadow rather than a cream, because cream and water obviously don't layer up well. So there you go, I've added some brown there and it's made it look a bit black. And I turn the light off and there you go. She looks a bit freaky. I also just painted her hands just so she could bring it into the pictures and recording, just to add a little something. I only spent a few minutes on the hand, but again, with this look, it's so good that it can be so random and messy and not neat, and it can look creepy. She had a proper costume on, and then yeah, she looks scary. She looks greyscale as well, which looks cool against the human skin colour, obviously, which is pink and warm. Greyscale just on its own looks amazing anyway. But I hope you like it.